Hey friend, Graham here from recordingrevolution.com. Today I want to show you how to make your amateur or bedroom recording vocals sound more professional in 3 steps. Literally, we're going to do 3 moves, 3 specific mix moves to take bedroom recorded vocals and take them up a notch. Because that's a scenario that most of us are in. We're recording at home. And I'm going to go out on a limb and assume that you're talented and that you are a great singer or you are working with talented vocalists on really good songs so that the vocal performance isn't an issue. Because if the vocal performance is bad, no mixing in the world can make it sound professional, okay? I say that a lot, but it needs to be made clear in case you've never watched any of my videos. You got to be good, but many of you are. I know you are. I hear your music. So if you've got a really well-sung vocal, and we've got one today, but it was done at home and it just sort of needs a little bit of work to make it sound more professional, here are 3 simple things you can do. And you can do these all with stock plugins. In fact, this entire mix I've done with just stock Pro Tools plugins. So take a listen to the vocal first. And then what we're going to do is break it down and show you the 3 steps to make your amateur home bedroom recorded vocal sound more professional.
I'm a soul on my way back. Took an inventory of all I lack. Not a home to call my own, but a beauty in what I've been shown.
All right, here's the vocal by itself.
I'm a soul on my way back.
Right? Total home studio vibe.
Took an inventory of all I lack.
Why do I say that? Okay, it sounds really dry, like super small, like it was recorded in a closet, okay, which is not bad. At least there's no reflections, but it's very small, dry. There's a low end, low mid build up that happens in a lot of times in a small closet or small home studio.
Took an inventory of all I lack.
Very like chest heavy in terms of the tone. It's not that bright, forward, airy female vocal that we would expect, okay? Very well sung.
Not a home to call my own, but a beauty in what I've been shown.
And it just is a little bit inconsistent. So this is a good starting place. I like the vocal. I'm glad I was sent something really well performed. But here are the 3 steps to take this type of typical dry, small home studio sounding vocal and make it sound professional. We start with EQ, okay? So I've got the stock EQ here in Pro Tools. And what you're going to try to do with EQ typically is clean up that low mid buildup and low end buildup to open up the best part of the vocal and then maybe take it up a notch with a little bit of a lift. And I've done 3 moves here on the EQ. High pass filter. And what that does is it lets the highs pass through. That's what's called a high pass. It rolls off the low end, and I'm rolling off everything below 118, 120. That's going to clean up a lot of the woofiness, the low end, sometimes the plosives and her Bs. On my way back, if there's too much air, it'll roll that off. I also scooped out a little around 350 hertz. Why 350? No real reason other than I know there's usually something in that 200 to 500 range that sounds really low end like. And it builds up. It's the microphone picking up the sound coming from the chest of the voice and not just the mouth. And sometimes that's what sounds unprofessional, amateur, especially in small closet studios or bedroom studios. And so you want to notch some of that out. And that made her voice sound better. And then what I did was added a little bit of a shelf boost at 6K. I did a 3 dB boost. And it was a 3 dB cut, by the way, on the 350. So these are real gentle moves, real conservative, but you can take a listen to what this does.
I'm a soul on my way back.
Turn it on.
I'm a soul on my way back. Took an inventory of all I lack.
Listen to that line with it off.
Took an inventory of all I lack.
Back on.
Took an inventory of all I lack.
She sounds a lot more clear and a lot more exciting in the way we're used to hearing pop vocals, right? It's not overly crispy, but it's just a little bit more open.
Not a home to call my own.
Take it off.
Not a home to call my own.
Yeah, it just sounds dull with it off, but turn it on.
Not a home to call my own.
She sounds more present and upfront in a controlled way. So that might be subtle, but that's step one. That's why there's 3 steps. Step 2 is compression. Here we have a stock compressor. Why would you use a compressor on a vocal? Why do people reach for compression? Well, I'm not going to go into it in depth here. Check out my other videos. But the reason why is the human voice is too all over the place. Loud, quiet, loud, quiet. Not just from the performer's point of view, but just certain vowels are louder and certain vowels are quieter. So it's just inconsistent. It gets lost in a mix and then it gets too loud for a mix. You need compression on a vocal to make it sound consistent and upfront. So I'm just using simple compression here. I started with a preset, vocal leveler, and then I tweaked it. You always need to tweak a preset on a compressor because you need to check the actual gain reduction and the attack and release to fit your vocal. So I won't go into depth here, but here are my settings: slow attack, fast release, and you can look at the gain reduction here and a little bit of makeup gain.
Not a home to call my own.
Right? So let's take a listen to it with compression.
I'm a soul on my way back.
Take it off.
I'm a soul on my way back.
Put it on.
I'm a soul on my way back.
What you're noticing is the word back is the same level as it was before, but the word I'm, that first note, is now brought up louder than it was. So it's bringing up the quiet part, so she sounds just at the same level the whole way through, especially on an area like this. Before.
Not a home to call my own.
With it on.
Not a home to call my own.
The own. She doesn't trail off and get lost.
My own.
Stays up.
My own. But a beauty in what I've been shown.
So now you've got a little more upfront vocal, right? If we take off both the EQ and compression, you can hear the difference. That's not the vocal. Here we go.
I'm a soul on my way back. Took an inventory of all I lack. Not a home to call my own, but a beauty in what I've been shown.
You get that crisp, upfront, consistent gain. So yes, some words are louder than they were. That's the whole point of a compressor, but the loudest words are the same level as they were. So it's turning up just the quiet parts and it sounds way better already. Third and final step is when you've got a really dry vocal, and this may not be your problem, but a lot of times home studio vocals are dry and intimate, which is not a bad thing. But one way to make it sound professional is to put it in a space. And I usually reach for delay, not reverbs. I'm not the biggest fan of reverbs as the number one choice because a lot of reverbs, when done poorly, just sound fake. But I'm a big fan of slap delays, which are really, really short delays. So I have a delay track here, and I played with a plugin that I've never used before that came with my little Scarlett interface. It's called Tube Delay from SoftTube. And it's just sort of mimicking even like a delay guitar pedal. And so I'm just playing around with really short delay time and playing around the feedback and getting the mix all the way 100% wet. So I'm using a send because I wanted to send a bunch of different stuff to this delay. I'm already sending the guitars to it. And so what I've done is I've taken a send on the lead vocal, which basically creates a copy of your lead vocal, gives you its own fader, and you can send it wherever you want on a bus through the town to wherever you want. And to where I want to send it is this tube delay, so I can blend a little bit of the vocal in this delay. So take a listen to what this sounds like.
I'm a soul on my way back. Took an inventory of all I lack.
Now, that's very obvious and affected, but it gives you that sense of professional space. It's really cool. Take a listen to it in context with a mix.
I'm a soul on my way back. Took an inventory of all I lack. Not a home to call my own, but a beauty in what I've been shown.
Take away all 3 steps.
I'm a soul on my way back. Took an inventory of all I lack. Not a home to call my own, but a beauty in what I've been shown.
And bring them back.
I'm a soul on my way back. Took Took an inventory of all I lack. Not a home to call my own, but a beauty in what I've been shown.
There you go. Those are the 3 steps to take your home bedroom recorded vocal and make it more professional. Simple, strategic EQ to clean it up and lift it a little bit. Strategic compression to bring the quieter parts up to be more consistent with the louder parts and push that cleaned up vocal a little more up front. And then some short slap delay mixed in to taste as much or as little as you want to take it out of the bedroom and put it in a bar or a club or a venue and give it that sense of it's in a real space making real music. It just tricks the listener into thinking, oh, this is professional. And it's so simple to do these 3. I'm doing them all with free and stock plugins, and you can do the same. Now, I've got a cool announcement to make. In a few weeks, I'm going to be launching my brand new all-comprehensive mixing course called Mixing University. So this course is going to go from the basics of mixing to advanced tactics and strategies. I'm going to break down and show you how to mix songs across multiple genres. And I'm also going to reveal all of my mixing tricks, every mixing trick that I love for vocals, guitar, bass, you name it. Like, I haven't done a course like this in years. And so if you'd like to discover how to go from amateur mixes to radio-ready songs easily with your current DAW, your current gear, you're going to love this course. Now, if you're interested in learning more about Mixing University, I've got a special free gift for you, no strings attached. It's my personal mixing checklist, and it's a simple PDF. It's a guide that you can download that shows you my personal 8-step mixing process to go from like a raw mix to radio-ready song. And all you got to do to get it is click the link in the description below this video, and you'll be taken to a page where you can download it, or go directly to mixingchecklist.com and you can grab it there. So download the free mixing checklist. When you do that, I'm also going to give you a sneak peek from Mixing University along with early access to the course when it launches in a few weeks on October 11th. So go to mixingchecklist.com, download your free mixing checklist now. It's going to help you out a ton. Plus, you're going to get a sneak peek of the new course, early access, all that awesome stuff. Just grab it and enjoy it. I think it'll really, really help you. And as always, thanks for watching and subscribing to these videos. It means a lot. I'll see you on another video real soon.